Hi everyone. What you'll hear next is an excerpt from an interview I did just this week with a chap who lives in the Biddulph area of Stoke-on-Trent. There's an old family land down there, and the Biddulph family's crest shows a wolf that's been shot in the shoulder. And there are some legends in the area that wolf stood up on two legs. Phil, who's a chap that I spoke to, has had two experiences down there, both with a creature that he found really hard to describe. And this is one excerpt from a night when he was out with two of his friends. The second time I went back, I was with two friends of mine. Both have sadly passed away now. We were lamping up near the old manor house. There was a family home and a beginning of a walled garden there, long time ago now. Had huge yew trees that make a tunnel that you walk through along the path. Had an old cast iron fencing around it. And when the last owner died, his next of kin lived in Australia, and he gifted it to the local council, and they demolished the hall. Now it's a picnic area and a place for people to visit with their families or, walk the dog. That night, we'd walked from my house in the village with my two friends, and we were out looking for rabbits. We bagged a couple, and we were walking up towards the grange when the heavens opened from nowhere, and it started pouring down. There was no thunder or anything, just a sudden downpour. By the time we'd run into the country park, it was raining so heavily we were soaked to the underpants. So we ran through there as fast as we could, got to the yew tree, and it was like standing underneath an umbrella. As we were standing there, I decided to have a smoke. I had a packet of Swan Vesta with me, and as you know, when you strike a match, it flares. I cut my hand as there was a bit of wind, and as I struck it and I brought it to my face, my friend said, "Run," and he was looking past me. I looked at his face, then looked in the direction he was looking, and I saw something in the matchlight. In that light, I could see a hairy bloke, standing as little as 3 feet behind me. There was no noise of him arriving, and I don't know how he got so close to us without anyone noticing. I don't know how long he was there before we arrived. My mate looked terrified. We stepped back a bit, and I shone the torch at him, and he was gone. We checked the fence and everything, but there was no signs of anyone. We had torches with us as we were lamping, but there was no one around. He wasn't a gamekeeper or a landowner or anything. He was about 7 foot tall, had long hair everywhere, long scruffy beard. I don't remember any signs of clothing or material. I'm 5'10" and I had to scrape my neck back to see his face. We just left, didn't really talk about it again. As I said, the surfers always felt off to me, but everything else seemed fine. But that changed many years later at a family party. I thought, other than my friends, I was the only person to see or experiencing anything odd in that place. I'll be sharing the full interview with Phil this week, and I'm also sitting down with him for part two. I want to take him back to his earliest memories of anything strange that he experienced, regardless of whether it was on that land or not. I think there might be a UFO connection here somehow, or a possible paranormal. But as I speak to him and I find out more information, I'll let you guys know.